Welcome to Option Trades Today. I'm Tony the Bat Batista, and I have not one, but two trade ideas for you today. May 2nd, 2023, and what a May 2nd it is. Let's take a look at what the market's doing. Even the S&P is down almost 1.75%, down 72 handles. That's about the biggest move we've seen in the E-mini S&Ps in the last couple of weeks here. You can see very early in the day, it's not even 11 o'clock, or it's just after 11 o'clock, and E-mini S&Ps are down pretty big. NASDAQ also down big, 178, but the culprit today is the Russell and the banking stocks. Russell down almost 3%. Russell's been the weakest of the group between the E-mini S&Ps, the NASDAQ, and the Dow for quite some time now. I'll just put the Dow up there so you can see it. Volatility for the first time up $2.13 to 2030. You can see that the high today was made just a moment ago at 2080 when the E-mini S&Ps were down around 7 or 8 more handles than where they are right now. I'm going to go out on a small little limb and say the low is in for today for the E-mini S&Ps. I don't know if we're going to rally, but I'm going to say volatility is pointing that maybe the worst of today, at least for today, is over. All right, where are we going to trade today? Well, I'm going to go into the banking stocks. I am going to do like I always do, look at the earnings here and make sure that I've already filtered out for all the earnings on the high option volume that I have here, a pre-loaded list for you at Tasty Trade, which you all have. I'm going to save a little bit of time here and tell you which one I'm going to. SCHW, that's Schwab. You can see here that the IVX 5-day change, we're finally getting some stocks with an IVX change moving in our favor for when you want to put on a trade. You want the IVX 5-day change, that's the volatility's change over the last 5 days, to be going up when you put on a trade. Why? The thinking is if volatility is going higher and we're going to sell premium, volatility is going higher, those options are higher priced. If those options are higher priced, then hopefully we're getting in at an advantageous price for the premium that we're selling. The IV rank of 23, good, not great in this environment, which we've had extremely low implied volatility. 23 is about as good as we can get. Let's take a look at the two trades that I'm going to do. I'm going to go into June with 45 days being the optimal amount of time. June monthlies. I don't trade the weeklies, especially in a product like Schwab, which has okay markets, not great markets. You can see those markets are 2-3 cents wide here, sometimes 5-6 cents wide in June. But if you go to these weekly options, you'll see that those markets are atrocious, 20, 30, 40, 50, $1 something wide. You don't want to trade anything like that with wide markets. So I'm going to June. You can see here, I just put up the open interest for you. There's a lot of open interest in June, a lot of open interest on the calls and the puts on both sides. So even though the markets might be not quite as tight, although they're very tight right now, as you would like, there's a lot of depth of liquidity in Schwab. So what am I looking to do? Well, I'm going to catch a little bit of a falling knife here. I don't know if I really am, but that's my story, so I'm sticking to it. Volatility expanding, especially today. Bank stocks being in the news. Schwab trading at or around recent lows. I'm going to do my first trade, a skewed strangle. I'm going to basically sell the first strike out of the money put. That's going to give me about a 38, let's just call it 40 delta on the put. I'm selling the 47.5, and I'm going to go further away. I'm going to go up to the 55 that has a 24 delta. So you've got a 24 versus 38, which gives me basically a long 13, 14 deltas. It does give me a 50-50 shot here. It says a 52% probability of success. I'm well outside the expected move to the upside because that fits my assumption, and I'm just at the expected move to the downside. You can see my green line and that expected move on the right here are almost parallel to each other, which means I have about a 50-50 shot, but I want the directional bias. That's about 14 shares of SCH. You'll notice I'm using about $800 in buying power, a relatively small amount of buying power for my account, but I don't want to ramp up the number of contracts. I don't know if this move in the banks is over yet, and nobody knows anything, so I want to keep it pretty tight in here. My theta is about $5.50 in theta decay, and my beta weighted deltas to SPY are are positive by 1, and let's just call it 1.5 shares. Obviously, the max profit I can get is what I sold this for. I happen to sell it for $3.25, with the stock actually higher than where it is right now. Now, you say, how could that happen? Well, the volatility was up almost 9%. That's the IV rank over the last 5 days when I put on this trade. Let's take a look at the follow page. As you all can, I'll reset this for you. Get rid of Tesla out of there. I was trying to demonstrate something else a moment ago. I'll take off me, and you'll see all of the follow traders will pop up here. Look at this. You've got Fazia, and you've got Liz and Jenny, followed by me and Schwab. That's the second trade I'm going to show you. The first trade I did just moments ago was at $3.25, and you can see a delta long strangle, which I just explained to you here. Everything I do in here will be put into the follow page. You could certainly just click on me, and then you would get rid of everybody else that's up there, and you could see all my trades. I'm going to steal a page from what I did in Tesla last week. You could see here in Tesla, I bought back my Strangle. Here, let's do this. My 2 trades that I put on, I said let's put on 2 different trades for you. One that was a little bit positive delta in Tesla, and one that was a little bit more neutral delta. The neutral delta spread worked a lot better with Tesla being down another $1 today, but Tesla falling over the last couple of days. Let's see how those 2 positions did. I'll go back to the follow page here. Okay, so in Tesla, you can see I sold that spread at $3.25. I bought it back at $2.25 8 days later, and you could see that actually Tesla went a little bit lower. That 1/2 ratio spread that I put on in Tesla on the same day, delta long, directional tight ratio spread, I did for $1.86. If you click on duplicate this trade, you can see it right here. It's trading at $1.54. The interesting thing, and why I'm bringing this up to you, is time is money, and time and volatility combined are money. This spread was put on when Tesla was $164. The stock's actually gone down to 160 and change, and this spread is making money because you got 2 factors, volatility and time went by, which is good. I'm hoping this next thing is going to happen for Schwab, which is the next trade that I want to show you that I have on in here. In June, again, I'm going to lean a little delta long. This is just 2 ways of showing you how to lean delta long. The first one was the Strangle that we did. That was just the 47.55 for $3.25. There, it's $3.25 mid price right now. When I put on this trade, I had to move it about a penny or 2 below mid price. All right, what am I going to look to do now? Maybe this will be a trade that you can get filled on better than I did. I'm going to look to buy 1 of the 45 puts and sell not 2, but 3 of the 42.5 puts. Now, I got filled at $1.42, and you can see right here that the spread is trading for $1.56. So if you don't get filled as good on the Strangle, if you decide to do both trades, you can make up those pennies here. This is also delta long, but it's delta long by 29 deltas, and that's why it's moved a lot more than the Strangle that I just put on a moment ago. The theta decay is close to the same as the Strangle, $4.80. Beta weighted delta, as you would expect, with the delta of this being twice as much as what I had on the ratio spread, the beta weighted deltas to SPY are long 3 shares of Schwab. So if you're putting on both of these trades, 1 by 3 and 1 by 1, you'd have around 4 or 5 positive deltas in SPY. Now, what's my reasonable expectation for profit here? In both of these trades, I'd be looking to make $1. I wanted to show you 2 different ways how you can use $800 or $900 in buying power, which is exactly the amount of buying power that you're using on this 1 by 3 ratio spread. For those people who don't like to sell calls or think we only melt up, here's a trade where you have no risk to the upside, so you have a lot higher probability of success. You've got almost an 83% probability of success, but you have to be a lot more bullish in Schwab. All right, everybody, I want to say how much I appreciate your time, not only for this podcast, but subscribing to Option Trades Today. Leave your comments down below. My name is Tony Batista, and you should be moving your account to Tasty Trade, because that's how we keep the lights on here, and you take advantage of some of the many advantages of our platform and some of the benefits for moving or opening a new account. Check them out at tastytrade.com.